I don't know about you, but I want to live and not just be alive scraping the barrel, zombied out in front of the couch, or God forbid, attached to a chemo drip. But I want to really live, like have fun, be vital, eat, move, learn, play, meet great people, all of it. But it's not always that easy, is it? The thing about health is that it's hard, damn hard to stay committed. You can half commit and be mostly healthy, and in your youth, that sometimes will work just fine. But you hit a certain age, and those transgressions turn up as symptoms of ill health: dry skin, allergies, sore muscles, achy bones, headaches, gas, constipation, diarrhea, fatigue. When this happens, your body is telling you, wake up! Before I committed to my health, I would make a million excuses. I exercised regularly, have always loved veggies and salads, didn't eat a lot of fried foods, so I assumed I was fine, but I had a killer sugar habit. Monday morning would roll around, me, Starbucks, a million other North Americans. I'll have a pumpkin spice latte, non-fat whipped cream, and throw in a maple scone while you're at it, please. Or Friday night, girls' night out, and I'm not DD. I'll have a bucket of wine and throw in a Moscow Mule and a dirty martini. And let's make a midnight pit stop at 7-Eleven for nachos and that magical cheese sauce. And what the heck, an oversized Kit Kat while you're at it. Or Wednesday, and you're in a mid-afternoon lull, and your office mate brought chocolates. You crash 40 minutes later and decide to brew coffee. Cream and sugar. Then someone makes microwave popcorn. Come on, just put a fork in me. It's too much. Now, in your 40s and even earlier, all those healthy hiccups, all those bad health hiccups add up and give your system a beating. When I finally really looked at what I put in my body on a regular basis, I was shocked. I did a week-long food diary and wrote down every little thing. Highly recommend this. Start now, write it down, no judgment. Don't try to be good, just do it for a week and learn. This created a major epiphany for me. Like, maybe I'm not so healthy? The other thing that moved me to change was actually understanding the body. What are we? Well, we're about 70 to 100 trillion cells. Each one of those cells is a little factory, expert in manufacturing whatever the tissue it resides in might need, expert in waste disposal. These cell factories depend on the sum of the body's thinking cells, that would be your brain, to make sure the grand human is feeding them quality raw goods to do their job. The second thing these cells need is the ability to carry away waste. The body needs to heal, to clean itself at a cellular level. If not done quickly, toxicity will damage the cell. No cell can survive surrounded by its own refuse. Imagine each cell as a little human being. The thought of giving that little guy crap food, then making it live in its own stink, is really sad. The cellular and extracellular fluid must also maintain mineral balance and a constant pH. This is so easily thrown off by sugars and stimulants, I can't even tell you. If your cells are healthy, disease cannot happen. As for raw materials, we know at a basic level, cells need oxygen, nutrients, and intracellular enzymes. These are what generate energy. Try this. When you eat, remind yourself the goal is to stay alive, to be vital, to heal, not pure pleasure. Pleasure is only one small part of eating. And the thing about health is the big guns are working against us. Greedy corporations are banking on the fact that you forgot that eating supplies nutrients and energy. All they care about is satisfying pleasure centers. How? The perfect balance of sugar, fat, salt. There's actually a scientist in the world of industrial food manufacturing called Dr. Bliss. Everybody wants him. His job is to find the bliss point of any given food the big guns, Kraft, Nestle, Coke, are planning to roll out. It could be the next glitter yogurt tube, or PB&J, a new flavor of soft drink, a new Oreo blend, or a bacon ranch potato chip. He has spent a lifetime honing where humans bliss out. How does he do that? Statistical analysis and the perfect ratio of sugar, salt, and fat to create a flood of dopamine and other pleasure-based hormones in the brain. So you go, ah, is it a trick? A crime? When you consider the food has little else going for it except this pleasure response and cool packaging and is actually toxic to the body, well then I'd say yeah, it's a bit of a crime. They use chemicals to do this, and when they do use sugar, it's bleached, sprayed, and usually from the genetically modified sugar beet, or worse, high fructose corn syrup, which is also from genetically modified corn. The salt is bleached, chemicals are added, then it's baked at 540 degrees where nothing good happens. The fat is from fragile vegetable fat that's been hydrogenated and refined and is absolutely toxic to the body. Those ingredients plus whatever the base is, maybe ultra processed potato flour or moldy peanuts, I don't know, but gross. The point is, Kraft and Nestle aren't making your next natural, oat-filled, whole grain breakfast bar with your health in mind. They're doing it for profit, market share, and they will use the cheapest ingredients to get that. The only reason they even jump on the health trend is because it's the largest growing niche in the grocery food business. Organics and gluten-free have become a $30 billion a year business, which is awesome, good job, but it's only about 4 to 5% of the market share. But the bad guys cannot ignore it, or we might just win. Imagine that. So the bad guys, yes, I talk like a 3-year-old, are doing their best to get healthier. And I say that ever so loosely. They call it natural, but really it's been completely denatured through the use of agricultural pesticides, herbicides, desiccators, and the like. I wouldn't touch grain products that are not organic. They say wheat is sprayed 5 to 8 times once out of the ground while sitting in the silo with, guess what? Glyphosate. It's apparently a terrific desiccator. That means it keeps moisture away. It won't mold. How convenient. Thank you for poisoning us. Now, don't even get me started on the downstream effects of all these toxins in the ground, what it does to the soil, water supply, and wildlife. Memorize this. 2.5 billion pounds of pesticides are released into the environment every year. Grapes have over 35 different pesticides used. People consume 8 to 15 pounds of food additives per year. Where am I going with this? Being healthy is definitely hard because we can't trust what's on the shelf. Seriously. We have very little understanding where our food comes from and how long it's been sitting there, which doesn't even matter because it's not even food anymore, but we do put it in our bodies. We can change all this. We do actually dictate what ends up on the grocery shelf by our choices, by what we choose to buy. We have more choice now than ever in history. But unfortunately, many of those options will send us to an early grave. But there are some clean ones. So eat clean, give yourselves the good stuff. Organic is the only choice. Does some spray make its way to an organic farm? Sometimes, but I'd prefer to not be sprayed in the face. There's just no way we can remain healthy eating poisoned food. It's that simple. You want to get healthy? It starts right here with your commitment. We know it's hard, but you are worth it.